Hello guys, so in today's video we are going to discuss how to prepare for CLAT PG. So let's begin the video. Starting from the starting strategy for CLAT PG. So these are the 5 pointers you need to keep in your mind to start preparing your CLAT PG examination. So first thing you need to do is that you need to know the syllabus. If you look at CLAT PG examination syllabus, you will find out that it contains almost everything you have already read in your undergraduate course. It might become overwhelming for you to revise everything effectively. So you may find yourself in trouble that you have forgotten most of the things and revision will take a lot of time. You will be worried about yourself after looking into syllabus. But let me tell you this. Not everything you read in undergraduate will appear helpful in CLAT PG examination. Therefore, knowing the syllabus become essential. And reading only the important part and leaving the less important aspect in syllabus will be helpful for you. So I'll tell you two most important aspects of syllabus which will cover 80% of the questions in the examination. First is constitution and second is jurisprudence. Believe me, learning both these subjects cover most of your CLAT PG examination part. I will in next section discuss how you can effectively figure out which question will appear from other subject so you can effectively prepare for that too. So the first thing is done, knowing the syllabus. Second thing is solving previous year questions. So solving previous year question is a prerequisite as it will tell you where are you standing right now and where you need to be to assess the amount and time required for you to prepare a particular subject. If you solve question, you will understand the pattern of examination. Now coming to strength and weaknesses. So your strength and weakness are something that you can assess by yourself through the second and third method. You know the subject where you can score high with less effort, and there are subjects where you need some effort to reach a decent score. So after you examine your strength and weaknesses, you can begin your preparation where you can focus more on the subject where you need improvement. Suppose if your constitution is weak, but your jurisprudence is good. Rarely this is the case, but for example, if this is the case, then you need to give more time to constitution. Because both these subjects are of equal importance and getting a decent score in these two subjects is critical for you to score a good rank in CLAT PG examination. Now the fifth and the most important point is prepare a consistent routine of preparation. So consistency is the key in any kind of preparation. You need to dedicate a specific amount of time daily to preparation for CLAT PG examination. First, you need to build a routine that matches your daily activities. For example, if you are in college and have to do assignment project and 10 other things that is also important in college, this can become hectic in your preparation journey. You might feel burned out at some point. So to avoid such a situation, you need to prepare a routine that make you feel good, stress-free from all the other activities. You need to give specific time to preparation so that you have time for other necessary activities. So now moving forward, we'll discuss what is the main strategy for preparing CLAT PG. So you can see that there are core areas and there are some areas where you don't need much attention like other subject. Already I discussed the core area include constitutional law and jurisprudence. So first of all, I'll discuss what is the strategy for constitutional law. Then I'll move to strategy for jurisprudence. So first thing is that you need to read bare provisions. You must read bare provision 4 to 5 times. It will help you understand the important concepts. And when you read, try to interpret the meaning according to you. Then you can read commentary like MP Jain, DK Basu, whatever suits sufficient to you, you can refer that book. And you can see whether your reasoning is matching to them or not. Also, it is important that your understanding about the static provision will also improve. Now moving to the second point is reading landmark judgment. So in CLAT PG examination, if you have already solved question paper, you can see that there are questions based on judgments. So the command on your judgment also decides the rank you will get in examination. So it is quite important for you to read all the landmark judgment. So first thing is that you need to identify that what are those landmark judgments that I need to read. So if you do some efforts and find out particularly that these are the important constitutional landmark judgment, then you will be able to score good marks. And a better way to find a good landmark judgment is that you need to purchase a book called Landmark Judgment Summaries. So it is written by Samarth Agarwal. So you need to purchase the recent edition so you can get recent landmark judgment also. You can also check out Legal Sync, where I'll be posting all the landmark judgment of Constitution shortly. So if it is already uploaded, I'll provide link in the description of this video. Now, moving to the third point is that read recent constitutional law cases. Apart from landmark judgment, it is also important to read recent constitutional law cases, like the cases that have been passed over 3 years from the date of examination. So you need to focus on all these cases. Like in every 3 year, you need to identify that there are certain constitutional issues going around, and you need to read specifically that issues and find out what are the decision pending or what are the judgment passed by Supreme Court in that issues of related to Constitution. After you do that, you can move to jurisprudence. But all these three things will take time, and if you give good amount of time, it will help you in scoring good marks. Nevertheless, let's move to strategy for jurisprudence. For jurisprudence, I'll tell you that jurisprudence is the most difficult subject because of extreme wisdom it offers. That is like indigestible to people of our age group between 20 to 24. We tend to see jurisprudence as a rote learning subject. We never see the subject as something we can understand. It is like the point where problem begins. We seem to just remember the facts and the statement of thinkers by fitting them into a particular school. But the strategy, like I will offer, will help you not only understand the jurisprudence, but you can also gain clarity and avoid confusion in any kind of exam. So the 3 steps I will provide are, first one is that understand the meaning of jargons. Jargons are those technical words that are being used by thinkers, philosophers because of the technicalities of the subject. So you need to understand every jargon used. This is the first step. Second step is that preparing a timeline in your notebook. So why I'm telling you to prepare a timeline? So there are multiple schools in jurisprudence, and each school have a certain thought process. So you need to identify in the chronological order where this, in which year this statement was said, so you can better remember it. For example, the natural law school is also known as the ancient school. So you need to identify the year in which these statements have been made, and over the period of time you can see the development in thought process and how all the schools of law develop. So this is the second point. Third is something which you will able to do after reading jargon's timeline in a first and second reading. If you read 2 times, then third thing is you need to do is that you need to fit yourself in the shoes of thinker. So you need to do what would you do if you are a thinker. Think from their perspective about what will you do if you are given a task to give an opinion on the particular topic. To build a well-structured opinion, you need to read more. You can also give an opinion based on your current understanding of the subject matter, but if you read more, opinion might shift. So these 3 are the fundamental strategies for preparing jurisprudence. However, I'll give you 3 additional tips that I personally think that will help you. First, do not panic while reading jurisprudence. Why I'm saying not panic? Because jurisprudence is tough and your composure is necessary. You must not get overwhelmed by the amount of reading and understanding you have to do. You may also get bored, frustrated, anxious, etc. etc. Keep this in mind. Jurisprudence will take time to fit in your mind. You cannot just read once and become an expert in jurisprudence. You may need to read and relate more than 100 times to get clarity. I'll advise you to take your time and stick with the subject. At least dedicate 1-2 hours daily. Second thing is that get good reading material. Good reading materials is very important to ensure. I advise you to start reading V.D. Mahajan. This is very good. And if you want something more simpler than V.D. Mahajan, you can go for N.V. Paranjape. N.V. Paranjape is even more easier. So these 2 books you can refer. I'll provide buying link if I'll able to find these on Amazon, or you can check your local bookstore. Now moving forward to the strategy of other subject. As I told that these are very less in portion, but you don't need to underestimate other subjects. You also need to prepare for these subjects. It is like differentiator in getting good marks. So the other subject, which includes administrative law, law of contracts, torts, family law, criminal law, property law, company law, public international law, tax, environmental law, and labor law. And these are the subjects which are in other subject category. I put in other subject category. If you want rank within 1 to 100, you must ensure that your command is over these other subject also. So first thing I'll suggest you is to figure out the nature of subject. So there are basically two nature of subject. First one is static subject. You can understand by the nomenclature that static means something which is constant and fixed. And second is that constantly changing subjects. So there are two subjects in other subjects, two kinds of subjects. So I have made my own list of static subjects. These includes admin law, public international law, law of contract, property law, environmental law, torts, and family law. So you rarely see any development in these subjects. So these are called static. It is very easy to score good marks from static areas. However, you must keep in mind that concepts are static, but question may be related to current event on that static concept. They might question you on the present day going event, but the concept will be static as the nature of subject is constant. Your answering ability will depend upon the clarity of concept over these static subjects. So read the concept thoroughly. You will able to relate it to current topic. Now strategy for constantly changing subject. So in constantly changing subject, I have put company law, tax law, labor law, and criminal law. Why I have put in criminal law? It is although fixed. 3 new criminal law have been enacted this year. The 3 new law brought some changes, and it might become static in future. But these, for me, company law, tax law, labor law, and criminal law, these 4 are subject which changed over the period of time. So for the strategy of this subject, you need to read the subject and figure out what is the change. Generally, the question can be asked on the what is the change brought by this law. So question like this can be asked from constantly changing subject. So the very big differentiator will be other subject, because if you are able to score 70 or 80% of marks after reading core areas, you still need to score that 10 to 12% extra for getting good rank. So you got the point which I'm trying to state here. Now moving to the point that is very important, and lot of people also ask me personally and in the comment box how to manage time in college for CLAT PG. So many students have this thought process that law college is itself very hectic, and we are a very diligent and studious student, and we read throughout the law college and everything will focus on class. We can't miss out classes. So it will feel you that CLAT PG is a burden for us, because you have to give CLAT PG in the final year of your college. So like I've pointed out, many studious students are left with the question about time management. Time management is something which you can do by preparing a routine that I'll tell you in the beginning of this starting strategy. In starting, you need to figure out how you'll manage time and everything. There are very good videos on the internet. You can find it on YouTube, where people tell you how to manage time and how to fix time for a particular topic. You can also go to ChatGPT and prepare a schedule. You can provide it prompt, like you can give what are the important things for you, so it can prepare accordingly over a given period of time. Now moving to other important question which a lot of people ask: what is the appropriate time for preparation of CLAT PG examination? So the appropriate time for CLAT PG examination depends on person to person. It's very clear that someone is slow learner and someone is fast learner. However, like if I consider a person of average speed, at least 6 months of preparation is necessary for average preparation for average person who wants rank between 1 to 500 for going to college. 6 months is enough. And the second is, however, a person who is constantly up to date in legal field can do it in 1-2 months. Why I've said it can be done in 1-2 months? If a person is thoroughly reading all the changes, if he is writing a blog, if he is doing something that keep him updated to the events that is happening, so his mind will always be active on that aspect and he can relate to all the questions. For example, a person is already known about all the facts, all the Supreme Court judgment that has been passed over period of 3 years. Then he do not need to focus on the recent events. He can focus on landmark judgment and he can revise only in these months. Now, last question is how to stay motivated. So this is also very important thing, that you might feel the burden of getting good rank. As I already stated in the video 4 to 5 times, that you need to get a good rank, you need to get a decent rank for getting dream college or dream job. So you might feel the burden of doing preparation. So in every preparation you will feel the same demotivation. When you will feel demotivation, when you get low marks in your mock test, it may shatter your confidence and motivation for taking the exam. One thing you need to keep in mind is that results are not in your control, but the preparation is. Doing the controllable and avoiding the unnecessary thoughts about things which are not in your control is the best way to move forward. You need to trust yourself and your gut feeling. When you was deciding about giving exam, you already know that you are doing the right thing which your gut feeling is telling. So you do not need to question that during your preparation. You just need to follow whatever you have decided already. You might get so low during preparation that you also start thinking about skipping the exam. One thing you always need to keep in mind is that you should not think about performance and live under the pressure of it. If one door closes, destiny has other plans for you. Believe yourself and do your best. Getting good rank or not getting the rank which you desired is completely fine. Life gives you multiple and ample of opportunities next time. You just need to be ready to love the stage of preparation, and that's it. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you learned something new. If you have any query, you can comment below. And also, if you want to read article, blogs, anything, you can visit LegalSync. I'll provide link in the description. Thank you for watching. Bye.